Hey everybody, Lucky here, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing an on the spot of my two favorite games. One of them is Minecraft, which is a game I've been playing my whole life. The other game is Terraria, which is a game I started playing a couple years ago and have revisited recently. Both of these games are great and I always have an enjoyable time playing them. However, in today's video we are going to be comparing them to see which one is better overall. Anyways, I hope you guys will enjoy today's video. Since this video took a while to make, since I had over 10 hours of footage, so all I ask from you guys is to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. With that out of the way, let's get to start. So for our first topic, we're going to start off with a very original topic that hasn't been covered in any on the spot. Gameplay. Alright, all jokes aside, I'm going to be talking about gameplay but in a different way from previous on the spots. I'm going to be separating the category into smaller ones. I'm also going to be doing this for the other topics. So for our first topic, gameplay, we're going to be talking about the main topic gameplay, differences, pacing, and bosses. So with that out of the way, let's begin. The main type of gameplay in both games are very similar. You have to survive throughout your adventure and explore the world to get new materials and loot. You can progress at your own pace because there is no need to rush. There are many different types of biomes to find and explore, which makes each new time you find a new biome a whole new fun experience, especially because of the exclusive items that can only be found in certain biomes. Minecraft is a mainly 3D open world sandbox game, while Terraria on the other hand is a 2D action sandbox game. I've had tons of fun playing these games with my friends, and we've done many things in both games. We've explored temples, caves, found new biomes, ores to make better armor and tools, and built many things in the process. The building is one of Minecraft's strongest aspects. There are a variety of blocks you can select from, and with them you are able to build anything you can imagine. And what's unique about Minecraft is that the blocks can be used for many different things, whether as decoration or for utility. Redstone is also a very unique aspect of the game, as you can create functioning circuits with pistons that can move blocks. Using this, you can create awesome contraptions or troll your friends. On the other hand, I would say that bosses are Terraria's strongest aspect. They are the main goal in the game and probably the most fun part, since Terraria is basically a boss rush type of game and they basically perfected it. Each boss gets more difficult than the previous one, except Golem, and the difficulty keeps rising, but it isn't to the point where it's unfair. There are also optional bosses from special in-game events that you can do, such as a Christmas event and a Halloween event. I'll talk more about the bosses in a couple of minutes. Also, some mods can improve the gameplay, which can make the game more fun. Another thing to take note of is that Minecraft gives the player freedom, while Terraria has a goal you're supposed to work towards and grind for. So in retrospect, in Minecraft you can go fight the Ender Dragon within the first few minutes of the game, but in Terraria you have to go through stages of the game grinding for better materials until you are ready to fight the Moon Lord. One thing I think Terraria does well is pacing throughout the game. At some points in the game you'll feel like you have the most OP gear and you can beat anything. And then right after you fight your next boss, you lose and then realize you're going to be back at square one and you're going to need to do some more grinding. This can be proven right after you defeat the Wall of Flesh, which is the final boss in pre-hard mode. Once you enter hard mode, the game becomes even more challenging than before. There are tons of new enemies to fight and new ores to collect. You might think you have good enough gear to fight the mechanical bosses, and if you decide to challenge them, then chances are you're probably going to lose because you still have pre-hard mode armor and weapons. So back to grinding it is. But honestly, I don't find the grinding in Terraria to be as boring or tedious as in other games like Minecraft. The grinding in Terraria is actually fun, and I don't mind having to go back to caves and explore them to find new ores because the enemies in caves are somewhat difficult and you can usually find good loot in chests. I guess what I'm trying to say here is that the grinding in Terraria isn't as boring as it would be in Minecraft, as you aren't going to be repeating the same task and you'll actually be exploring, fighting enemies, refighting bosses, or redoing certain events. I would rather do that instead of clearing out a giant area or mining for certain blocks for a while. Like, I personally don't mind the grinding in Minecraft, but I'd rather fight a fun boss or redo a cool event than just mindlessly mine hundreds of blocks and ores just to get tons of XP to enchant armor and tools, which can be boring as hell. In my opinion, one difference in gameplay that affects the player experience is at the very start of the game, which is the difference in popularity. Both of these games are popular, but it's obvious that Minecraft is way more known than Terraria. Many people have made videos about the game, meaning that lots of people will have at least watched a couple of Minecraft videos. So when they begin the game, they'll already know that the first few things they need to do is collect resources such as wood and cobblestone. Even if someone has never watched anything about Minecraft, I think it's just second nature to know that the first few things everyone should know are start collecting your basic materials. Terraria, on the other hand, is completely different. Compared to Minecraft, Terraria has way more materials such as armor and weapons. So if a new player with no Terraria experience has not watched anything Terraria related, they'll probably get confused and overwhelmed on what to do and even how to progress throughout the game. I know this from my experience with friends. I've been playing Terraria with friends recently. They just started the game and were completely confused and overwhelmed on what to do. While with Minecraft, they usually know what to do due to its insane popularity. Another pretty big difference is that Terraria takes way more grinding than Minecraft. Like I said earlier, in Minecraft you can get good gear really fast and get to the nether and end pretty quickly. Terraria on the other side doesn't give you the option to get to the final boss really fast and wants you to grind for new and better gear and equipment, go through different stages of the game and fight different types of bosses throughout your journey. Speaking about bosses, Minecraft has some bosses. While Terraria on the other hand has amazing bosses. The Moonlord, Plantera, and Duke Fishron are all examples of amazing and difficult bosses. Each boss has a challenge of their own, and depending on how you go into the fight, you might be able to beat it first try, or it might take you a whole hour. Totally didn't happen to me. But either way, it's still a lot of fun fighting these bosses. There are different strategies depending on which boss you are fighting that can give you the advantage in the fight. Another cool thing is that a few of them have their own music. I guess what I'm trying to say here is that Terraria obviously has the better bosses. After all that talk, I think it's fair to give Terraria the point for this topic. It earns this point for having better bosses, more entertaining gameplay, and balanced pacing throughout the game. Now that we are finally done with the first topic, let's move on to the second topic, which is... So the multiplayer in both of these games work pretty well in my opinion. Obviously it all depends on your connection and other people's Wi-Fis, but assuming that everyone has good Wi-Fi, then you should be fine. That is what I would say if that was possible, because there's always going to be some people with dookie Wi-Fi. Anyways, from my experience of playing both of these games with friends and on servers, I've had a great time on both games. However, in my experience, Minecraft was a bit laggier with its servers, but to be honest, I never really found it to be a big deal since it rarely lagged for me. One thing that I like about Terraria's online is that whenever someone else is lagging, it doesn't lag for everyone or the entire server. This can be proven by the footage on screen, because as you can see here, my friend is lagging all over the place and it was super laggy on his screen. But for everyone else, including me, it was running perfectly fine. But if one person is lagging in Minecraft, then chances are that everyone else will start lagging and then it just becomes a huge mess. Whenever I get on Minecraft to play with friends, we mainly play some mini games on Hypixel or we play on a survival world. In my experience with Terraria multiplayer, I mainly played some classic survival with friends, but there's always an option to play a modded world or on a server as well, which can also be done in Minecraft. Unlike Minecraft, Terraria doesn't have many people playing on servers, so depending on what servers you play on, there probably won't be many people on or playing the mini games. You can do many things online in both games. For starters, you can play the games normally with your friends. I already had fun playing the games alone, but playing with friends makes it so much more fun. You also have the option to play on modded worlds, such as the Calamity mod for Terraria and the RL mod for Minecraft. Playing mods like these can be tons of fun since you can already add more content than there already is, which is awesome. Like I've mentioned before, both Terraria and Minecraft have servers with different types of minigames, but Terraria doesn't have many players playing on servers, which can lead you waiting a while until a game starts. Minecraft on the other hand has many people playing on servers, such as Hypixel and it's almost guaranteed you'll instantly be put into a game that's about to start. Now that doesn't mean you'll never have to wait for games to start in Minecraft, because that does happen as well, but it's less likely for that to happen compared to Terraria. My personal favorite minigame to play on Minecraft is Bed Wars. The point of the game is to defend your bed, which allows you to respawn whenever you die, and you're supposed to destroy the enemy's bed. If you lose it, you can't respawn, so if you die, it's game over. This game is a lot of fun playing solo, but it's even more fun when you're playing with friends, even though there can be tons of sweats in the game. On Terraria, I mainly played some Capture the Gem, which is basically capture the flag, and some Sky Wars, but due to the lack of players on servers compared to Minecraft, it can be kinda boring sometimes, and I personally find myself having way more fun playing on servers in Minecraft than in Terraria. I find the parkour, PvP, and other minigames way more entertaining in Minecraft. Now that doesn't mean that Terraria's minigames are bad in a way. Like I said before, I played the Capture the Gem, and that was probably the game I enjoyed the most, since there are a variety of classes to choose from, such as melee and ranged, and overall I thought it was a fun game. Now these aren't the only games in Terraria, there are so much more such as parkour and spleef, but I'm not mentioning these games since there were barely any players on them, since the majority of people were playing Capture the Gem or Sky Wars. I think the multiplayer aspect of Minecraft is way more fun than Terraria's, since the servers are more active and there are tons of minigames to play. Overall, I think Minecraft should earn the point for this topic because there are many active servers, tons of minigames to play, and many other ways you can have fun playing with friends. It is currently a tie between these two amazing games, so the last topic will decide the winner for this on the spot. Can a game really be goated without a sick soundtrack? Terraria and Minecraft both have amazing soundtracks, loved by many, and for this topic I chose 5 songs from each game and we're going to be listening to them for a little bit. Then in the end, we're going to decide the winner of this topic. Now that we are done listening to these songs, let's discuss them and decide who the winner is. Let's start off with talking about Minecraft's iconic soundtrack. Everyone has heard of Minecraft's soundtrack, and the best way I can describe it as a whole is that it's very peaceful and nostalgic. Like I've said before, I'm sure this can go for many of you watching this video as well, is that Minecraft has been a big part of our childhoods. Songs like Sweden and the title theme, aka Moog City, give off many nostalgic vibes, but there are also other songs that are just complete bangers like Pickstep and Stall. On the other hand, Terraria just has so much more variety of music in its soundtrack. It has some chill songs such as the Ocean theme and Space theme. It has bangers such as Boss 2 and the Empress of Light theme. And it has some catchy songs such as Day and Corruption. Both of these soundtracks are amazing and they have so many good songs in them. However, if I were to be completely honest, I think Terraria's soundtrack is just a tiny bit better. Now please hear me out before some of you might murder me in the comments. Just like the rest of you guys, I've been playing Minecraft for years and I love its soundtrack. It's so nostalgic and calm that I just can't get over it. But at some points, I just want to hear something that isn't peaceful and something that gets me hyped or excited. Obviously, there isn't anything wrong with most of Minecraft's peacefulness, but I personally love how Terraria's soundtrack just can't be described with a single word or a synonym, or however you pronounce it. It's great, and I just think that each song in the game really makes the experience better. Meaning that Terraria wins for this topic for having an amazing and unique soundtrack with a variety of music in it. The winner of this on-the-spot episode with a 1-point lead is Terraria. Terraria wins for having a deep, engaging gameplay and an incredible soundtrack. However, it specifically lacks in the multiplayer department. Now, I love both of these games, and this is just my personal opinion, so please don't try to murder me in the comments section. I had a lot of fun making this video, and big thanks to Anton Retro and Yoshi Exploshi. Make sure to check them out in the description below. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 10k subs, so it would mean a lot if you subscribe since this video took a lot of time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys had a wonderful day, and like 2 out.